Friends, hello and welcome. Pro-life leader Frank Pavone here, National Director of Priests for Life, bringing you my daily diary for the following days. Wednesday, June 21st, the 22nd, the 23rd, and the 24th of June of 2023. What did I do during these days? So Wednesday the 21st was an office day here, and among the email work I started to do right away early in the morning, together with administrative phone calls and our morning staff briefing at 8:30, were emails regarding media appointments, a blessing prayer for pregnancy centers and ultrasound machines that I wrote up for priests to use, promotion of the pilgrimage in the fall, Priests for Life pilgrimage, to Our Lady of Guadalupe, and some work regarding a new person coming on to the staff in these days. Then, after the staff briefing and doing some of this kind of work at my desk and also preparing some lesson plans for an online course on scripture and abortion that we'll be announcing shortly, I had a 10:30 a.m. media interview with the Larry O'Connor TV show via Skype. Did that, did a little bit more work on the written courses, and then had a meeting with our data team at Priests for Life at 12 noon, some important discussions regarding the management of data. And that meeting was over, got a quick something to eat, and then 1 p.m. Had a media interview here in the studio for about 45 minutes. That was a great interview, and then right after that at 2 o'clock had a meeting with one of our internet staff, and then I went back to my desk and continued to write these scripture lessons as well as those prayers that I mentioned before. That took me to about 4:45. I came into the studio in order to set up for the evening's broadcasts. Then I did call with one of our administrative leaders, went through end-of-the-day reports from staff, did an 8 o'clock live show right from the studio here, and then another live show at 9 p.m. That one was focusing on the anniversary of the Dobbs decision. So that was Wednesday, June the 21st. Thursday, June the 22nd, likewise, lots of work at my desk along with the morning online, or the morning calls rather, with administrative staff and then the morning staff briefing. Then I did work at my desk regarding some prayers in Spanish that we are disseminating, approvals of emails to go out and appeal letters, media appointments, approvals of web pages, ideas for t-shirts that staff are giving me, a composition of an email blast, communication with the media team, travels, plans for upcoming invitations, finalizing our new hire at Priests for Life, political phone calls that our Department of Political Outreach is making. I finalized some scripts for that. And then the National Day of Remembrance, which I co-founded, making plans for that coming up in September. And Right Side Broadcasting Network plans and communication with them. All of this being done at my desk, checking in with various staff. A 12:30 interview here in the studio with Fox News Digital, and then right when that was complete, literally at the moment it was complete, going into the car that picked me up to take me to the Orlando airport, getting ready to fly to the National Right to Life Convention. On the way to the airport, I had an administrative phone call with our executive director and executive manager. Got to the airport, checked in for the flight while I was waiting for boarding, as well as on the plane. I did various work on my computer and emails and so forth. Connected through Washington, D.C., and then caught a later flight to Pittsburgh. We were delayed, actually, with these flights, but I got to Pittsburgh eventually, checked into the hotel, for National Right to Life Convention. Friday the 23rd. Not too much time to be on my emails, but from the hotel there, I did spend some time at various points during the day doing that in order to approve some material for the website, a communication in regard to following up with some pro-life leaders that were communicating with me, media interview confirmations, approval of email blasts going out, emails in regard to one of our priest associates, Father Begany, and some work that he is doing, state directors of pro-life groups, communication with some of them, and communication in regard to a video edit that we are making for our website. And then spent 12 solid hours networking with the participants of the National Right to Life Convention, state leaders from across the country, most of whom I've known and worked with for years. The Bishop of Pittsburgh, Catholic bishop, came and was mingling with the people a little bit. I had a good conversation with him about encouraging priests to preach about abortion and the resources we have for that. It was the day that started off with the prayer breakfast and a nice conversation with Eric Rosales from EWTN. Great conversation with the board chair and also with the president of National Right to Life, with whom we collaborate a lot, and other people that I just greeted in the hallways and in the networking rooms and in the presentation rooms and at the exhibit booths, literally all day long, from about 6 in the morning till about 6 at night. I did all that work, and then 6 at night, went to the terminal. The conference was actually at the airport itself, at the airport hotel, so it was easy then for me at the end of the day to walk to the terminal because I had to catch another flight going to Washington, and landed in Washington on that particular plane ride, although usually I'm working on my laptop. On that particular plane ride, I just closed my eyes and rested. And because that was one full day of networking to be followed by a second, as you'll see in a moment. Flew to Washington. I didn't mention, while I was at the airport getting ready for the trip to Pittsburgh, the previous day, I had an interview by phone with the Chicago Tribune. That was good. So they wanted my comments in regard to the anniversary of the Dobbs decision. The morning of Saturday the 24th, right away started out with some early networking. This was at the Faith and Freedom Coalition's conference called Road to Majority. And this again proved to be a full day of networking and events. We met with a lot of leaders. Now this was more of a conservative political conference, met with a lot of leaders and activists who were there from all over the country. Gave my talk to the conference, of course, speaking about the pro-life movement and the anniversary of the Dobbs decision. I gave that major talk at about 9:20 in the morning. Was in the green room greeting people like Carrie Lake and Pastor Paula White and other key speakers and leaders who were there. Good interaction with all of them. Went to the media row, as it's called, the area where different media outlets set themselves up for interviews, and with the speakers at the conference, and did a couple of interviews there before around 12:30, 12:45, took an Uber downtown to near where the Capitol is in order to help lead a midday prayer service outside the Capitol on this anniversary of the Dobbs decision. It was an event co-sponsored by Priests for Life, so I led the people there in prayer. Had some time conferring with other pro-life leaders who were there, and I stayed there until about 3 o'clock, at which point I needed to get back to the Faith and Freedom Coalition Conference. I got back there, continued networking the rest of the day and night with so many people there, and in the midst of that, took some time aside to do a 5:40 p.m. interview with Newsmax. And then at night, we welcomed President Trump to the conference, and he gave a great talk during the Patriot Gala. And he, in fact, mentioned me by name, thanking me for being there. And of course, he appreciates all the pro-life work we do, and that was a nice addition to the celebrations of this first anniversary of the Dobbs decision. There it was. That's what I did from Wednesday the 21st of June through Saturday the 24th of June, 2023. Thank you for watching these Daily Diary updates, and we will talk to you soon.